back to the old standby. I'm a little less motivated knowing that I still have like another 100 hours to go. Before I even get to see the Stormblood content. Now, well, what are you gonna do? It's the way this game is designed. Oh, by the way, it's audap 3. Welcome to Final Fantasy 14 Online. Yamrai of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of our primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know that none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Noficus Altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. That is how. The other Scions have already arrived. Sir, may I show you in? Yeah, sure. No, you're not that.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty.
I think.
I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
You're gonna say all that then, have care? Really? Not walking all the way there. I'm Ryan of the Scions. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramu himself, an unenviable task, and one that shall be made all the more difficult by the interference of the touch sylphs. With the aid of the Scions and the inhabitants of Little Solace, the Order of the Twin Adder will enter the Sylphan lands and do what can be done to clear your path. I shall brief you on the impending operation once you are satisfied with your preparations. Choker. Man, I have a lot of these. Something pluses? Ready, are you? Then allow me to explain the finer details of this foray into the Sylphanlands. In order that you might treat with the Lord of Levin, we must first learn where the primal is to be found. Though we are certain Ramu was summoned somewhere within the territory of the Touch Sylphs, his precise whereabouts are yet to elude us, and aimlessly thrashing around in the undergrowth will only lead to unnecessary conflict. We are fortunate then to have the expertise of the Sign of the Seventh Dawn at our disposal. Mistress Ida and her companions will make use of their Charlian devices to measure recent aetheric activity. They assure me that the disturbance caused by summoning of a primal shall prove a most obvious beacon. But we must not get ahead of ourselves. Your first objective will be to join up with your fellow Scions. Time being of the essence, they may have already entered the Sylphlands. Fear not, however, they have a Twin Adder escort and a Sylph guide for... Help! This one needs help! The guide? What has become of our companions? The ones were ambushed at the border of the Touch One's territory. Touch Ones tossed a stinging scale bomb, and arrow-shooting ones were left coughing and crying. What of the Scions? Arrow-shooting ones were in the lead and took the worst of the sting. Other walking ones scattered this way, and that to escape the same fate. Barely 2 steps into the Sylphanlands, and we already have already lost our charges. but it will profit us little to go running after them until we know exactly what we're facing. Let us first tend to the scouts and assess the situation. This one has cleansing water for walking ones, splash it over arrow shooting ones, and rinse away the stinging scales from eyes and nose and mouth. Why, thanks. I will leave this task in Yamurai's capable hands. Tis hardly a suspicious beginning, but I must ask that you, or 'tis hardly an auspicious beginning, but I must ask that you adhere to the plan and rendezvous with your fellow scions. If you can get the scouts back on their feet, they may be able to point you towards your companions. Oh, and be on your guard. If this operation is to succeed, we can ill afford any further mishaps. Coffee and crying ones are not far. This one will show walking one the way. That's so much better. Thanks. Thank you. I self threw some manner of powder. Praise Nofika. I thought to claw my own eyes from my skull. Does that bastard sylph yet linger? I can still barely see. Another walking one? Ha! This one shall not falter. This one carries an entire sack of... This one's sack of scale bombs? It is gone. No matter, this one will fetch more, and then new walking one will suffer as well. This one stole Touch One's sack while Touch One was gloating over coughing ones. But this one's clever trick will mean not if Touch One fetches more scale bombs. Walking One must act fast. This one will use another clever trick to keep Walking One move unseen. Walking One will sneak up to the Touch One before this one's tick wears off. Take the scale bomb and give the Touch One a taste of Touch One's own medicine. Is Walking One ready? This one is eager to make mischief for Touched One. Through stylistic magics, you can become transparent and infiltrate enemy territory undetected. While in the state, a transparent icon will appear in your status bar. The timer below the icon indicates the amount of time you have left before the enchantment wears off. Certain points along your route extend your duration of transparency. Use them wisely while avoiding detection. Be warned that you cannot perform any actions while transparent. Hold still, Walking One will soon be there, but not there, just like the wind. Maxim's magic will render you invisible. Find the touch self and surprise him with a stinging skeleton before the enchantment fades. The visibility spell will last for 35 seconds. If you run out of time before achieving the objective, return to Maxio and ask him to refresh the enchantment. While the invisibility spell is in effect, you can extend its duration by touching sweet smelling with wildflower along the way. Ow, 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 ow! This one leaves smart and prickle. This one was being so careful with the scales. Oh, really? Did Walking One give Touch One a stinging surprise? Touch One will not bother these ones for a time, this one thinks. And Coughing and Crying ones seem much better. Perhaps arrow shooting ones are ready to talk with Walking One now. Coughing and Crying one seems much recovered. Will Walking One speak with an arrow shooting ones now? Finally see again. Your aid is most appreciated. You are Miyamorai of the Scions, yes? Then you will doubtless be eager to know what comes of your fellows. This is fine. As you are aware, our party fell victim to an ambush. We Scots immediately moved forward to engage the enemy and bid the Scions take cover. Then, before we knew what was happening, the air was filled with that stinging, choking dust. The last thing I saw before my vision clouded was Master Mapalmil stumbling northeast towards the towards the gold leaf dais. I know not what befell the others. The touch selves are certainly alerted to our presence in their territory, and I urge you to locate your companions quickly. Maxio, our guard, will be one of the greatest help to you in that endeavor. Meanwhile, my fellow scouts and I will seek to draw the attention of potential ambushers away from you. These nasty tricks will not find us easy prey a second time. I have found Walking One's companions. Wise One will be happy to see Walking One. Enough of this. My feet ache, my back hurts, and I wish these sylphs were in peace. Etheric readings? Why don't you let this fellow take your measure? Why do you persist? There's no need to take measurements. I can tell you with certainty that Lord Rama is nowhere to be found. Is something bothering Walking One? Wise Ones are not acting as Wise Ones should. This one is not sure how Wise Ones should behave, but this one suspects Sneaky Ones seek to deceive Walking One with skin-changing tricks. Walking One must take these trick-breaking scale bombs and throw them at skin-changing Sneaky Ones, although this one does not suggest throwing anything unless one is sure Wise Ones are not truly Wise Ones. The Wise Ones were Sneaky Ones in disguise after all? So, this one led Walking One into Sneaky One's trap. Forgive this one. This one will search some more, and so must Walking One. Does Walking One still have trick-breaking scale bombs? This one fears more Sneaky Ones may be lurking nearby. Walking that distance. Yes, sirree. Yamrai, it's you. I was worried you wouldn't find us. Seeing as you have, though, do you think you could give me a hand? Tancred's being a bit difficult. I keep telling him we should be taking readings, but he refuses to do more. Oh, woe is me. I cannot go on. It's far too dangerous. What if something were to happen to my beautiful face? What's attacking now? Oh, that jerk. I really don't know what Tancred's so worried about. His face isn't that beautiful. But this one's skies was perfect. I really don't know what. Great. Ah, what'd you do that for? Tancred turned into a sylph? Oh, wait. You're telling me that was a sylph all along? Ah, I can't believe I fell for that. I'd heard about the shape-shifting trick, but the sprite was just so convincing. I wonder where the real Tancred has disappeared to. Let's see, this is bracelets. Mentality, skill speed, track chance. Bracelets. Shit, I love bracelets already. What is this? Strength 13. Strength 18. Well, if you put it that way. Oh, God, I'm so tired right now. I'm practically falling asleep. It's terrible. Well, anyway, this is audap. You were watching Final Fantasy 14 online. It's a short session for once. I usually play like 2 or 3 hours of this at a time, but I'm just dead tired. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.